Hey everyone, it's Jane Hamill, and welcome to this episode. This is the show where we help you get and keep customers. If you sell anything online, we want to help you sell more shizzle. I have a guest today, super excited, Jackie from dietology.com. Hey Jackie.
Hi, Jane.
Hi. You guys, quick and dirty today, because both mamas got things happening. What we want to tell you about Jackie's videos that she's been making in order to drive traffic and sales and create community and engagement. She's been doing a 14-day video challenge. The results have been pretty freaking awesome. And I was like, Jackie, could you tell everybody how to use video? What have you been doing lately that's really clicking? And your results have been like awesome. I won't share the number just yet of how many sales you made in the 14-day video challenge, but let's dive in with, first of all, who are you? What do you do?
Okay, thank you, Jane. My name is Jackie Ayers, and I'm the designer and owner of Dietology, which is I make a line of women's hand-dyed natural fiber apparel and accessories.
So what you're wearing right now, those of you on the podcast, you can't see, but she's got this like beautifully colored dyed, I don't even know.
Scarf. I'm calling it. It's a new design. It's called a scarf necklace. So they're brand new.
Oh my God. So it's almost like this like super luxury dyed different colors purpley with some beaded stuff on it. I can't. I
Yeah,
love
and
it.
it's got a little snap closure, so it's a hybrid scarf necklace, and it's made from silk rayon, and it's really light and yummy and beautiful, and you just snap it in the back, and it's great because it's lightweight, and especially right now, it's a great way to dress up a t-shirt, which is all I have on in our digital age of video calls. You
perfect.
can totally fake out everybody and look like $1 million, and I am in an old t-shirt.
You guys, I'm telling you, if you are listening on the podcast, head over and look at Jackie's cute thing. You may need one. Is that like, I mean, is it under $300? Like, it looks really fancy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is it over $200? Like, where is that going to be? I know it's brand new.
It's they range in price. I'm working on the cost because each one has different embellishment, but they'll range from $78 up to like $128.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah, and it's a beautiful silk rayon fabric, and yeah, they're really awesome.
Oh my gosh, I'm so off target. I'm sorry, but I love it, and I like to run around. I was just washing windows, and then get on to the Zoom. I throw that thing on. I would be looking super fly.
Jane, I was down in the basement rinsing out dye pieces this morning in my black t-shirt and literally just threw this on.
All right, we have the cure for Zoom videos right here, people.
Okay.
All right, so go back to the site and go to janehamill.com/Jackie Dye, D-Y-E. Okay, if you want to see it. Plus, we'll have show notes there and whatever. All right, let's get to the reason they're here, not for my shopping. Tell us about the last 14 days. And then you can give us some backstory on how you have used video in the past and you are not brand new to video at all. But tell us what you did. You joined us in a 14-day challenge in the membership. Talk to me.
Yes. So I committed to doing the 14-day challenge of doing 14 days of video. And I did cheat a little bit because I think I took a day or two off where I just was like, I personally need a break. Saturday, I just don't want to do a video. So I'm being completely honest, but I was very consistent and I did various different types of videos and I'll explain. So I wanted to not just have it be me talking every day because I figured after like 3 days of that in a row, people would be like, oh my God, I can't look at her face anymore. You know, our attention spans are like 2.2 seconds. So I knew during the duration, even though I was doing a lot of the videos on the fly, I did batch some of them on a day where like I was in normal clothes, and that's a big deal for me. And like I looked somewhat presentable. I did like video a couple of me speaking and then intersperse them out.
Okay, but so you did around 12 videos in 14 days.
Yes.
Some were live, some were taped.
Yes. So it was a combo of Some were live and some were taped. And I do recommend that because if you have ones taped that you can queue up, you won't fall victim to, you wake up, you have a headache, or you didn't sleep all night because whatever, and then it gives you an out, like, oh, I'm just so
Yeah.
tired, I can't do it. So if you have some on reserve, just taped, you can say, okay, today's the day I feel awful, I'm going to use my taped video. And
Hmm.
then other days when I had a great idea, like for me, since I make my product, my studio's in my house, I'd be like, oh, this is really cool, I can film myself packing up packages or rinsing out really pretty dye colors. People will like that. So it gave me flexibility.
Yeah.
Um, and then my other form of videos were, I really love a hyperlapse or a quick time video,
Uh-huh.
like of me outfitting, showing an outfit, like what to wear with what. And I had heard like the people like it. And again, they're quick. They're, once you do the fast forward time motion, they end up being 30 seconds to 45 seconds. And again, I think that's a good, people are kind of attention span is shot. So quick hit videos are good. So I
So you
did,
have talking head videos,
yep,
process videos, trying on clothes, sped up.
yep.
So far, those are the three types. Am I hearing you
Yeah,
right?
and then just, oh, behind the scenes,
Okay.
I did a studio tour of like my
Yes.
dye studio. And you guys, let me tell you, like, they are janky videos. They are not pristine. They are not perfect. My dye studio is in my basement. I mean, it is not a pretty studio. It's in my basement, in my furnace room, for God's sake. But people love that video. I'm like, oh, so embarrassing. Like, it's like showing your dirty laundry. But people loved it. So do not overthink. Don't overthink like, oh, they're not going to like it. People are curious. People like to see. I did a time lapse video of me packing my items because I get a lot of nice feedback on how pretty the packages are. It does take me time to pack them. So if someone had not purchased from me, I wanted to show them what they're getting. So people like that little quick time video too of me. I'm literally sitting at my desk with all the stuff around me in this room. Again, not pretty, but they liked it. We're more hyper aware of what people could focus on than people will ever notice.
And do you think, like, I just remember my sister coming when I owned my retail store and I was designing all the clothes for the shop. I remember my sister, who was in PR, coming to my desk in the back office of my store and saying to me, "Oh my God, you have fabric everywhere like I have papers." Like, they
Yeah,
don't know what your life is like. They don't get it, what it's like to
no,
be you. Yeah.
yeah. So show them anything. Show them, if you're a jewelry maker, show them how you put the jump rings on to the end of a necklace. I mean, it can be so simple. And like, I'm not a jewelry maker. Yeah, I'm an artist, but like, I don't know about jewelry making. I would love to see how you attach all the findings and bits and bobbles.
Yeah.
So it can be very simple. I would recommend shuffling, like making different lengths of videos, like meaning like
Okay.
that. That's why I did the hyperlapse quick time versus me talking, because of course I'm a talker. So you get me on a video and my videos are going to be a couple minutes to 10 minutes long. Well, and that's why I thought for 14 days, people will hate me by the end of 14 days. So me doing quick time videos, it takes me talking out of it and it's quick and it's satisfying.
So when you do a quick time or time lapse video,
Yeah.
sped up, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about the one where you were trying on clothes.
Yep.
How did you do that? For instance, do you have an iPhone?
So yes, but I will tell you the app I use, because the
Yes.
iPhone hyperlapse is like mega, like it's like super fast. Do
Yeah.
you know what like you can't
Yes.
you can't control the speed on it. And like I have used that when I did a video setting up my booth when shows were my art shows. And it was 3 hours. To give you context, my booth setup was 3 hours. The time lapse on the iPhone distilled it down to like 45 seconds and there was no
Okay.
control. So I use this app called Hyperlapse. Do you see that right there? I think it's made by Instagram. It says
Where is
Hyperlapse
it?
right
In the
here.
middle?
Yep.
Oh,
I
hyperlapse. Okay. Hyperlapse.
so
Hyper.
HYPERLAPSE, and it
Got it.
has a white background with a colored circle. What I like about it is when you are done filming, you can adjust. It'll say like 2 times the speed, 4 times the speed, six
Right.
times the speed. I adjust it based on what's happening and like the duration. So I love that app because you can mess around with how quick you go.
Okay. And
That's
then
my go-to app.
I've seen some of your videos, but not all of them. And I know there's one in particular that there's a bunch that did well. But you have done videos before, so you weren't brand new to the game, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I have been doing a once a week lot, a minimum at minimum a once a week Thursday evening, which now that the pandemic, like I just bumped it up because everybody's at home. But it used to
Yeah.
always be Thursday evenings once a week, consistently for the past several years, three,
On
4 years
Facebook Live,
on
correct?
Facebook Live. Yeah.
Okay. And then for when you were like, hey, we're going to do the 14-day video challenge in this group, were you like, woohoo, bring it? Or you're like, oh God, no. Like, well, how did you feel?
Yeah, I was like, oh, good Lord. I mean, and so when I very, very first started videos 4 to 5 years ago, I really was like, oh, this is so painful.
Yeah.
And so Eve, when you suggested the challenge, I'm better at videos and I'm not like so uncomfortable, but it just was like, 14 days of videos, it just seems like a lot.
Yeah,
It just seemed like a lot.
it does. Yeah.
But I will tell you, once you're like on your third day, you kind of get used to it. It's kind of like being on a diet, and then by the third day, you're kind of like, okay, I can do this.
I
Um,
got this.
but I would highly recommend brainstorming some ideas. So it's not every day you're waking up like, oh, what am I going to do today? And I do like the idea of queuing some up, having pre-taped, I'm
Yes.
calling pre-taped versus live, because it really does take the pressure off because stuff happens. Like I had a horrible case of poison pokeweed that popped up during the video 2-week challenge. And I had trips to the urgent care. I was on steroids. So there were some days I was just really jacked up and I
Oh,
felt awful. And plus I
poison
looked,
pokeweed. Like it couldn't even
yeah, I mean,
sound worse.
and I will tell you, you guys, just when you set out to do a 14-day challenge, I'm telling you, something in your life will happen. Your kid will get sick. You'll be up for 3 nights in a row.
Mhm.
Life will try and sabotage you. But if you have something taped, then there's no excuse.
Yeah, perfect. You
Yeah.
can just post
Yeah.
it. And with this 14-day challenge, I even say like post a video you made before. Like if you have a video from last
Yes.
year or you have a how does this fit or how should I wear this?
Yeah.
Just use that. It's fine.
It, I know I overthink it, but you have helped me see like, just why can't you reuse that? And I'm like, oh, I could. Like, why? I like to make things really hard.
Well, and in the next podcast episode, I'm going to go a little deeper on tips for making videos, you guys, because one thing that Jackie and I noticed, we're looking at like which ones now that she's done the challenge, we're like, let's repurpose them. And we noticed like she had on the hottest day, she had a video from last summer. It's like how to deal with the heat. And I'm like, oh my God, repost this. This is perfect.
And I was like, duh, like, why don't I think that way? Like I said, I really make things hard or try and take the hard way versus thinking of like ease and recycling. So
Yeah.
kudos to you for helping me see that.
Well, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame, right?
No,
I can't see it with my own business girlfriend.
no, I'm really good at helping everyone else.
Aren't we all? Okay, so you committed, and Facebook is your main platform that you use for social usually.
Yes, and
Okay.
then over the years, though, I would just repost, upload my Facebook Live video. So talk about lazy and easy. I would save my Facebook Live video, and then just upload it to IGTV once
Yeah.
IGTV got cooking and you could have the longer videos.
Mhm.
So you could do that too. And then, so this time during the 14-day challenge, like everything went on both platforms because I wanted to make sure like I saw what was happening on both platforms.
Yeah, so there's no big deal to repurpose the same video.
No.
And do you always make them vertical? Or do you
Yes, I
care?
do not overthink anything.
Okay.
And I will tell you, like, I and I don't think it matter. People just want to see you. I mean,
Yeah.
I would just make sure you're in the frame, meaning like I always just do vertical because it's easy for me. And like Facebook, I think likes vertical. I'm saying that. Um, so just make sure you're in the frame. If you do it horizontal, just make sure like things
You're
aren't
in the
weird
frame.
cut
Yeah.
off. I personally don't think it matters. And honestly, if my ladies are critiquing me and my video skills, they're probably not my lady and my customer. And I don't say that in a mean way, but I am not a slick, polished brand.
Right.
I even think if you were a slick, polished brand, like people like real.
Oh, people like real. There was a really cool thing. Was it Alberta Ferretti? I don't know, a really high-end luxury designer just posted like a totally goofy.
I remember that. I remember
Yeah, like
you posted it on your Instagram, I think, and I was like, yeah, I think people just want real. Everything's really crazy in the world right now. So I think a dose of reality of just real and normal is
mhm,
refreshing. Now, if you are a slick and polished brand and you want to do those type of videos, I mean, that's great too because it's in line with your brand. But I also think a dose of real, like you sitting on your couch eating popcorn and talking about what you love to watch, like people love those type of videos too, interspersed with product.
mhm,
Just kind of a dose of real, like, oh, you know, here's my cat Louie. Like pets are always a good thing to intersperse, pets and babies if you have any. People love them. I mean, you know, and it shows your personality. It shows a little of who you are too.
and let's talk about your results. So
Okay.
you have been doing a video at least once a week for a long
Yep.
time. You have a
Yep.
decent following. You have a good business. Like business is like,
Yeah.
how is your business going in
It's
general?
going, I mean, I'm super pleased. It's going very well. You know, it's not by chance. I work my butt off. I work hard. I work a lot. I put a lot of thought and planning, but it's paying off and things are good.
And tell me briefly just the transition, since normally you would be doing shows, direct to consumer, like
Yes.
art shows,
Art
and
shows.
obviously you're not doing any. How's
No.
that?
So, you know, when COVID hit, it wiped out my whole, I did a show in January and a show in February, and I had my whole year planned and it totally wiped it out.
Yeah.
So my long-term plan was to transition more to online, just because doing in-person shows and it's really two separate businesses.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm really happy with what I've been able to do online. The online, I've been able to convert a lot of people who I used to see my clients at art shows.
Hmm.
They've kind of been forced to shop online because that's what we're all doing. So it's been great.
And as I understand it, you've replaced that income with online sales,
Yeah,
correct? Like you're
yeah.
not, yeah. You guys,
It's been
hello.
it's been amazing.
Tell
But
me.
I also said, I said to myself in March, I honestly remember sitting here and I was listening to podcasts and whatever, and the spin of COVID was just happening. I said out loud, I am not letting COVID take my business down. I said it. I said, I am not letting COVID take my business down. If anything, I'm going to prove to myself I can do this and do it even freaking better.
And it
So,
is. I mean, your sales are
yeah,
up, aren't they?
yeah, I did not. I was like, I don't care what everybody's saying that the world could end tomorrow. I'm not buying into it, meaning like I am just going to stay focused on my business and serve my customers. And I don't care what they say. And I think that has helped me just kind of stay focused because I mean, it's really, there's a lot going on out in the world.
Yeah. It's easy to spin in the news cycle. It's easy, a lot of things. So
Yep.
tell me the results. So you did 14 days of
Yep.
video challenge. You did it, you executed it almost perfectly. You had like 12 out of 14 videos.
Yeah.
How much did you sell?
I apologize because I left my notepad in the other room, but I think it was approximately 1,700.
1791 is what you told me
Yes,
yesterday, I
thank you.
think.
Yeah, I got prepped for the video and then left my notebook in the other room.
It's all good.
So it was like 1791 a dish that
Additional sales. Yeah.
yes, I directly got from those videos. Like I was, for example, I was wearing a scarf in one of the videos and I was talking about the baby item. So I didn't even talk about the scarf. I just had the scarf on and it was online and
Yeah.
somebody swooped in and snatched it. So Just things like that. But yeah, 17, and I erred on the conservative side. I do think it could have been more, but I wanted to be just like legit. I know for sure.
So I ran your numbers and it looks like it's around 26 point something percent increase in sales. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so those weren't her only sales, you guys. So what she's saying is I
Yeah.
could track 1791 directly back to videos. There were some sales that you think came from the video, but you don't count
Yes.
those.
So for example, and I'll tell you why, I had queued up a new item on a video and I told them it was coming as a pre-sale and this was all done via video. Like,
Yeah.
guys, this is coming. I don't have it on the site. Get ready. Here's the details, blah, blah, blah. And then when the pre-sale went live, it was really good and like awesome. And I do think, I didn't count those sales, but I do think that definitely helped.
Yes.
It contributed to the overall success.
Got it. But
Yeah.
1791 could be directly tied to an activity
Yes.
in the video, which just
Yes.
makes me so happy. And all free. Like you didn't boost any of these, no ads for any of the videos.
No.
Boom. So for somebody who is like, holy crap, I want to be like Jackie. I've never made videos. I don't like making videos. I
Yeah.
hate it. By the way, you were in all the videos, but we have like Jolie from iHeartJolieArt.com. She wasn't in any of the videos. She did all like process videos and her
Yeah.
sales were up
Oh, yeah.
268%. So like you don't have to be in the videos, you guys.
No.
But it is ideal if you are sometimes. So if for someone who's just going to get started and they're like, maybe I should do a 14-day video challenge, which by the way, if you do, then you should join us in the group.
Yes.
We're all going to do it together. JaneHamill.com/list builders in the membership. You can get started for $49, depending when you're listening to this.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, Jane.
I know.
Sorry.
I know. That's the monthly. It's a monthly program. So
Okay.
check it out. So if someone's like, yeah, dude, I hate the idea of this, but I'll do it. I'm going to do the 14-day video challenge. What's your best advice? What do they need to know?
Okay. So first of all, commit to it. Like, because I think it's just that switch in your brain, like no matter what, you're going to do it. Because it is really easy to back out. Like something will happen. Something in your house will break. You will break. Something will happen. And then you're like, okay, I just couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
So just if you commit to yourself, no matter what. So that's the first thing, is your mindset. The second thing is just do a little brainstorm of 14 or more than 14 ideas, 20 ideas. Just brainstorm, write it on paper, ideas, packing, process, studio tour, whatever. Just get those ideas down. And then I would recommend, again, tape some of them so you have that reservoir ready to go. Go back and look at what you've already done. Even if you've done 2 videos, could one of them be repurposed?
Yeah.
And then look at your list and then see what you brainstormed, what could be live videos.
Okay. Live versus batch.
Yeah. And I recommend a variety of different things, different links, meaning like when I said I would go live myself and talk versus the quick time process video.
Yes.
Like I recommend a variance of, so every day it's again, we want to be entertained. We're fickle. Our brain, our concentration is shot. So just kind of by switching it up, it keeps them engaged, I think.
Yeah. And by the way, you guys, if you do join the membership, we have training on topics and we have a 14-day video challenge framework where you can put in process video, talking head video, selling video, and then you can plan, you're going to plan the topics for the 14 days before we start. Jackie's been doing it a long time, so she's better able to do them more off the cuff, but most people like to have them planned and then just execute so they don't have to think.
Yeah. The other thing I would say, the biggest advice, don't overthink it. Don't think, oh, I look stupid, this is dumb. Just do it. Honestly, do not overthink it. If you still can't get past that, a tip that I just recently heard listening to somebody, which I'm like, that's kind of genius. Flip your phone around and video yourself, not to send out in the world, but if it takes, just practice. Like if you really can't get over just the do it part, if I know some people really hang on, like, I can't just do it. Like I can't.
Yeah.
then do a little practice video just for yourself. And
Yeah.
then the more you do it, then you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. So if that's your hurdle, just do a little practice. But I
Yeah.
encourage you
We
not
were
over.
not born being comfortable talking to a phone in a room by ourselves. I mean, it takes a little practice to feel like
Yeah.
less of an idiot, you know?
And you guys, I will tell you, I don't go back and watch anything and then post. I just post it. I don't care, because you know what? Like, your things that you're critiquing, like, oh, look at my face, look at my hair. No one else cares or knows. So
Yeah.
I don't let myself torture myself by rewatching. And my husband knows that. He likes to torture me because we'll be sitting on the couch at night watching TV, and I'll hear my voice pop up, and he loves to play my videos because I don't like to watch or listen to myself. I'm like, babe, turn that off. And he's like, hee hee hee. So I mean, I don't watch myself. I don't listen. It's like I send it out into the universe and it's done.
Yeah. That's perfect advice.
Oh,
Jackie, thank you so much. I hope you treat yourself to something amazing, because an extra $1,800 with, I'm not saying it's easy, but now you have
no.
14 videos that you can repurpose and use forever, and multiple platforms. You don't always have to make as many because you have some that can be repurposed. Yay. Congrats.
It may not be easy, guys, but it's worth it.
It is. And oh my
Yeah.
God, we have so many stories like yours.
Yeah.
So anyway, we will be back. So please take a look at Jackie. You can find her at dietology.com, www.dietology.com. Her Instagram is dietology. Her Facebook is dietology. One of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So sweet and honest and helpful to other entrepreneurs. Jackie, really, I appreciate it so much. And go take a look at her videos. And honestly, you may do some shopping, people. Sorry about that, but ask me how I know. All right.
Well, thanks,
Find,
Jamie. Pleasure's mine.
find the notes from today at www.janehamill.com/Jackie DYE. And if you want to join us in the 14-day challenge, you do not have to do this alone. You don't have to feel stupid and plan these topics in your brain and get off track and not be accountable on your own. Do it with us. Join the membership while enrollment is open. We start soon. I don't know, depending when this airs, we start soon. janehamill.com/list builders is where you can get in on the action. Take care. And thanks again, Jackie. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks.